Wednesday, day 3 of group learning week, i.e. lecture week. 11 o'clock. I'm just gonna grab a coffee because I've got a long break until 1 o'clock. I'm probably gonna work on some video editing for you guys. You'll be happy to know. Oh, hello, Amelias. It is 1 o'clock. I'm going back for the rest of the day of lectures after a nice 2-hour long break, and we don't finish till 6:30. Interestingly though, one of our lectures is going to be on job applications and making our CV, so that's going to be really handy for us because in the next sort of few months we're going to have to get our job applications in for next year, which is kind of crazy because it doesn't feel like it's that close. Hopefully I learned some things that I can pass on. After staying up last night and doing my report, which means like staying awake the rest of the day, I did have a big coffee. I had 2 coffees. Never again. Ever. Never. Home sweet home. It's 6 p.m. and I'm gonna grab some tea, and then I've got some emails to send, and I have to get a recording for a lecture today to send to some other guys, and I should probably get my logbook back up to date because it's sort of creeping behind. It's been maybe a week and a half now, so stuff to do. Alright guys, it is 7:45 on Monday the 17th of April, and that is Easter Monday. I'm actually going to the hospital today because I have to work over my Easter break, but it's okay because in 3 weeks I am going on a volunteer trip that I still need to tell you guys about, which is going to be worth missing my break for. But at the moment it's just a bit of a grind. I'm feeling really tired and not the most enthusiastic, to be completely honest. I have so much stuff I'd like to get done at home. I'd really like to actually start my study for the year. This is the first year that I haven't studied from the very start of the year. I decided to really delegate my time to my assignments and get them done, and there are lots of little things that have come up as well. So yeah, I really would like to have this week to study, but it should be an interesting week anyway. The week that I'm missing in a few weeks will be of breast and thyroid surgery, so I'm supposed to be placed with the breast and thyroid team this week. Today is a holiday because it's Easter Monday, so it's going to be like an on-call weekend day, so I'll be with the team that's doing the whole of Gen Surge, not my subspecialty. I should get going. Sorry, I'm not more enthusiastic. Honestly, I'm just really tired and would love to really grind and get some study done and start to feel on top of things a little bit. It is 7 p.m. and I've just gotten home from my
11-hour no lunch break long day.
We were very busy. Water rounds went for a few hours, and then we did the jobs after the water round. Then it was probably lunchtime, but then there was a trauma call. Then we went to theatre, and then there were patients in ED. So yeah, it was a really big day. I'm tired. I'm so tired. I'm tired and I'm hungry. Am I more tired or am I more hungry? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be capable of doing much study tonight. I'm just going to eat or sleep. I'm feeling sleepy. Eating is probably the correct answer. If I don't eat, I'll wake up in the middle of the night hungry. I'm tired. The trauma call was interesting though. This poor guy, he was a bike versus tree situation, and he was helicoptered in. He was fully conscious when he arrived, but then they loaded some drugs on board. He ended up having bilateral pneumothorax, so bilateral chest drains were inserted, which was cool to see. He didn't end up needing to go to theatre with Gen Surge, but we went up to theatre after for another patient. I'm gonna go eat. We'll sleep. It's Tuesday. It is Tuesday. It's Easter Tuesday, it's a public holiday again. And whoa, and I'm off to the hospital. It's only 7:30. You'll remember that we start at 8 a.m. on holidays or weekends. What I thought I'd do this morning with my extra 20 minutes is show you guys around my clinical school. I don't know if there's going to be any people there today. Hopefully not, because then I can show you in all the different rooms. That would be really good. It's a really nice place to be. I'm pretty smitten with our clinical school. So yeah, I'll show you around in there. Then I start at 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock. student lounge. It's where our lockers are. Heaps of people coming here for lunch every day. I don't know why I have a Coca-Cola vending machine in here. There's always heaps of Milo and coffee in here. Computer lab. There are heaps of computers in here and really comfy chairs. These computers on the back wall are hooked up with the hospital so you can access DMR and LabTrack and all those other programs. There's the hospital over there. Photocopier for all to use. Big electronic whiteboard. I've only had one lecture ever in here though. We usually use the other rooms. And yeah, huge study tables of course. And if you're in medicine, you'll already know, but if you're not yet, OSCEs are our major way of being examined, especially in the later years. These are compilations of practice OSCEs donated from all the med students for us to use. So that's really nice. And a few books to use as well. Moving on through, we haven't got much time left. How do I open this door? Oh, I can't. After hours, you've got to go through all these swipe cards and buttons. This is where our Saviour reception team live. Goodness knows where I would be without them. And hey, this is my friend Zoe. Sponsor her, please. She's amazing. Please, guys, go for it. This door is open. In 4th year, this was our lecture theatre. In 5th year, check out what the class of 2016 did. How cute are they? Don't know how we're gonna top that, but just across the hall from the computer labs that we were just in. This is our lecture theatre for 5th year, and oh, it's locked. This is our simulation lab, also locked for the weekend. Oh, I see a body. We'll go. Good place to test emergency OSCEs. We do OSCEs in there too. These are the offices of the academics. This is our board meeting room, the nicest place to have meetings. When you draw those curtains back, it's so beautiful. So beautiful, especially this time of morning when the sun's just coming up. This is our scholars lounge. Beautiful piano, books, and another kitchen. You can come out to a big balcony out here. Again, another very pretty view. And these are a bunch of offices / OSCE consultation rooms. So this is where we practice our OSCEs. They've got a bed in there, a chair and a desk, and you pretend to be a doctor. This is very cool. I think those ropes are lights themselves. The Launceston Clinical School has a dinner down here at the bottom, and the choir sing from this level over them, and it sounds amazing apparently, so that'll be wonderful if they get that far. And there's a little cafe down there. They're really sweet. Alrighty, that is that, our clinical school. I better get across to the wards now because it is 10 to 8. Oh, this door's gonna be locked again. Oh, surprise. I'm gonna come and study in here at lunchtime. Coca-Cola ad. It is not focusing. It's Saturday night, week 4. My 4th week of surgery is done, which was over the Easter mid-semester break for me. We're heading out to my girlfriend's birthday drinks. She's in med too. The last few weeks have been extra busy because of a few social things, but I think I'm gonna get some free time to catch up in the next few days. That's good. Hey guys, it is Sunday. My week over my Easter break, mid-semester break is finished now. I'm honestly really wrecked at this point. I think I'm even a bit sick. I don't usually get colds and things like that. My throat is sore, my nose is blocked, my ears hurt. I woke up in the middle of the night last night with a headache. I think it's the combination of surgery with on-calls, and also I've been doing heaps of social stuff for the last few weeks, which is really good for me. It's something that I haven't done enough throughout my last 4 years of medical school, but I've been trying to say yes a lot more in the last 18 months since I've been in Launceston. Today is my gym's 5th birthday, which is amazing. We've been there as coaches, instructors since the start. All present and past staff are getting together tonight at the gym. We're just gonna chill out and celebrate this achievement. I caught up with an old school friend at lunchtime yesterday too, who I haven't seen in, we worked out it was 6 years. So we obviously chatted for a few hours catching up on everything, which was so nice. And we took our normal Saturday morning gym class before that. On Friday, I caught up with my mentor, Gary Fettke, if you know him. I'm very lucky to have him as a mentor. I get a lot of really valuable insight from him. He's such a good role model in terms of standing up for what he thinks is right, which is something that's really difficult to do in medicine and all of life, really. You've got to be a really strong person to follow through despite the inevitable pushback that comes with change. And I just think that that's a really admirable trait that I would love to work toward wherever I really believe that something can be right for the better of everyone. So yes, a very inspirational mentor. I caught up with my mentee on Thursday. We just do phone calls because she's in Hobart. As a more senior student in the MBBS, you have the opportunity to mentor a first year student, which is a really lovely way to give back because, like I've mentioned before, it's a very big unknown world. So once you get in, it's really nice to have somebody who's been through what you're going through. So I'm really happy to be a part of that program, and my mentee is just doing so well. I can just tell she's gonna be absolutely fine. She doesn't really need me, but I will be there for her regardless. The weekend before was one of our good friends' birthdays, so we ended up spending the majority of the day with him, catching up for drinks at their place, and then we ended up in the bowling alley, which was very nostalgic. I don't reckon I've been bowling since I was in primary school, maybe, and that was reflected in my score. They even do an instant replay of your bowl now, which is not ideal. Very humbling. And I wasn't on call last weekend. No, I wasn't on call because it was officially Easter break. We had a gym class, of course, again on Saturday morning. And on Friday, my girlfriend, who's also doing med in Hobart at the Hobart Clinical School, she came up to Launceston and we hung out for the day. We drove out the West Hamer all the way down to Beauty Point and cruised back. So that was a lovely day. Then we took her to the airport because she was off to Bali for the last week. So that's kind of awesome. She's definitely proof that you can have a lot of international holidays in med school. So yeah, I think I haven't really had many full days to just knuckle down, which is usually my strategy. I feel really good doing that and having that space. Of course, I've had a delightful time with everyone and no regrets. So today, before I head off to the gym, I'm having a real crack at my chronic long case. So I realized that I talked about my cases in my last video on surgery, but I gave you the rundown of them in my GP videos, which I haven't edited and put up yet. So I'll tell you about them really quickly. We have 3 big assignments in UTAS in Year 5 medicine. They are all 3,000 words and they're due at different times depending on which clinical school you're at. At my clinical school, our reflective piece was due in early March. That was just reflecting on any topic related to medicine of your choosing. I reflected on the role of compassion in medicine, which is something very near and dear to my heart. Then the other 2 assignments are both patient cases. You see a real patient case in the hospital or at your GP or whatever placement you're on. You write up the case and then you create a scholarly discussion around your patient. One is an acute case and one is a chronic case. They both really have a focus around optimal management, or it may be a diagnostic dilemma, but other issues inevitably prop up that are relevant to the point that they should be included in that discussion. So one case, acute or chronic, it doesn't matter, was due not the week just gone, but the week before, during our group learning week, our lecture week, and the second case will be due in the middle of June. I got my reflective piece done while I was on GP, as well as the majority of my chronic case. And I pushed pretty hard to get my acute case done to submit in the last week and a bit just gone. I was always planning to have all of those 3 assignments done before May so that I could have a bit of freedom thereafter. However, I found quite a complicated patient on GP that I ended up writing 7,500 words on. So I'm currently spending all my time cutting that back down now, which is a painful process, cutting down all that work that you've already done, but that should be done by the end of next week too. So I'll be free of assignments for a little while, which is ideal because job applications will be opening at the start of May and they're only open for a month. So I'll need to start that process then. And from mid-May, I want to start studying for OSCEs to make sure I have a lot of space and flexibility to do that study and not feel pressured. And yeah. Hopefully I'll kick whatever this cold thing is too, because I don't like it. Nope. Okay. Hopefully soon I'll be able to bring some energy back into these videos. I feel like it's too early for me to be this tired, but this is my reality right now and I'm not gonna fake like it's easy. I'm genuinely tired and med school does that to me sometimes, but it is temporary. I read a quote once that I thought was really helpful. When you get tired, learn to rest. not to quit. It's really easy to make poor judgments about yourself and your life when you're really tired. You can feel like a different person when you're feeling physically lousy. It's a slippery slope to feeling mentally lousy, and you can start to doubt your capabilities. And I would urge you guys to really take care of yourselves through those times too. Whether you're at high school or college or uni or work, take care of yourself and it'll be better before you know it. The worst thing you could do is be hard on yourself. So be your best friend and you'll be a better person to everyone else for it. I personally am a big gratefulness person. Every night before we go to sleep, we always say 3 things that we're grateful for, and it just puts you in the right mindset, because often we sort of collect all these good experiences in our lives and then we celebrate them for a few days, hours, minutes, seconds sometimes, and then we move on to seeking out the next big thing. But it feels so good to be grateful. I find it really energizing and motivating, so it's a win-win for me, and something that I continue to go back to as a strategy in times like this when I'm feeling like things are hard. Right now I'm grateful for my almost empty day. I'm grateful for the cloudy, rainy day that it is, because it makes me feel really warm at home, and I'm grateful for all the friends that I have around me. I don't know how I got them, but I am very lucky. See, I feel better already. Okay, I'm gonna keep working. I hope you guys are having a productive or relaxing or super fun day, and talk to you